We're doing a very scientifically accurate playthrough of Towers of Aghasba. Well, hello there all you absolutely magnificent people, and welcome back to another episode of An Ecologist Plays, where we talk about nature while playing games. Now we are back in Towers of Aghasba, the newly released early access survival crafting game, which is quite a lot of fun. I am really enjoying it. Of course, you can do a lot of rehabilitation here, lots and lots of stuff that I will be talking about as we're going on. Now, last time when we ended, unfortunately the game kind of gave me a black screen of pausing when I wanted to make the farm over here, but I do believe we should now be able to just plop in here and turn everything in, and there we go, we now have our farm being built. And on this farm we will now be able to actually make the crop plots, and these crop plots are actually started 3 already. These crop plots will convert the common seeds into lettuce. So let us do that, shall we? Just going to convert 9 common seeds into 3 lettuce for us. And these lettuce here, I believe, will help restore a moderate amount of health if we eat it. So that is also going to be wonderful. Now let's just actually get our UI back, and let's see, beetle pups running around all over the place. Are you being chased, or are you just frolicking around in the desert? Yeah, looks like they are just running for fun. Okay, that's cool. Now there have been a few changes since we played last time. If you now harvest sticks will no longer give you sticks. Instead, it will give you wood. And the rope has also been removed. So there have been a few changes. There are quite a few. I think they brought out 3 updates in the time since we last played, which was amazing. They have been really working tirelessly to get things up to, well, the standard they want, which is awesome. And they have, of course, been listening to the community. Now let's just see here, in terms of what we have to do, we are of course still going along killing some withered rasliths, the big ones. We also have to help resolve the food shortage by actually providing 3 lettuce to Patihoon. And Patihoon is in the village over there somewhere, I do believe right over there, the chef of the Shimu people here. Now, before we actually go do that, because we are waiting for the lettuce, it's going to take 5 minutes. Let us just quickly head on over here, because I do believe, yes, we can scan a little fishy over there. That fishy is a mud chole. Okay, interesting. And there is another fishy over there as well. The moderate chole. Okay, so the one is moderate and the one is muddy. The mud chole and the moderate chole. Cool, and you can see there, of course, on the right-hand side what they can give us. Both of them will give us orange pigments, it seems. And one of the changes the developers have brought in is that when you are swimming now, you're not going to die almost instantly. You can actually jump in a bit, and you can swim around. You can see, okay, my stamina is decreasing a bit, maybe a little bit too fast for me to enjoy myself in the water here. But I was able in my other game to swim around a little bit more. If we just go down, we can actually look underwater here quite nicely. This is cool. And if I'm not mistaken, we can actually grab some kelp and stuff down here in this little pool of ours. So there's seagrass, that will give us kelp. There we go. And there is also a little chest over here. And that gives us simple vine leap. So a little elixir we can drink. Let's just grab some more seagrass over here. I do believe the seagrass will eventually respawn. Interesting that it is using less stamina. When we were actually swimming on top of the water, it was draining our stamina very quickly. Whereas now, we can actually stay underwater quite a while without it draining all our stamina. There's just one more kelp over here. There's some nice early game kelp right over here in this little pool. Basically by over there. Now that our stamina has also regenerated, let's just quickly look at these little fishies that we've got over here. There they are. Looking at the Shimu decks here, the moderate chole is the brownish one, and the mud chole is actually the orange one. Very much resembling a goldfish, but also not. Also, actually more a tilapia that we've got in South Africa as well. Type of fishy. Now, if we just go down here, interesting that we do have these bright orange fish. These fish, it seems, I mean, if you're looking at the map here, we are in a very isolated pool. So how on earth did the fish get here in the first place? Well, there are a few possibilities. Of course, the first one is that the Shimu may have actually put the fish in here to start with. So this is like a fish farm for them in essence. But the fact that we also have kelp here indicates that maybe this was actually connected to the ocean. Although, of course, the Shimu could also have put the kelp in here. But maybe this was actually connected to the ocean at some point. And this land over here got uplifted somehow. And this little pond was isolated from the ocean, isolating some of the fish species in here. Now, there may have been a few more fish species actually isolated in this pool initially, but over time, the ones that couldn't survive in this small fragmentary habitat, they would have disappeared. And the ones that were more adaptable and more able to survive in this small habitat, they were able to persist, and that being the mud troll and the moderate troll. It is also possible that maybe ancestrally there was one species over here that ended up here in this little pond and in this isolated habitat, and maybe they then diversified and actually became two fish species. You do see that in the African Rift Valley, for example, in the tectonic lakes there, Lake Malawi, Lake Tanganyika, all of those have got cichlids in them, and cichlids are little mouth-brooding fish, and you also find them in South America, but in the Rift Valley in Africa, oh my word, the diversity of cichlids is astonishing. They got isolated in these little, I won't say little, but these are big lakes, in these lakes, and over time then speciated, became hundreds of different cichlid species, and they found only in those lakes. So very high levels of endemism there. What you'll see as we are carrying on here, we automatically switch. If you want to chop a tree, you'll see now we will automatically switch over to the axe. And there we go. Just press E. Oh, that's the spooder. That's a spooder. That's a big one we need to get rid of. Okay, I wanted my bow, and my bow is usually on number 1. Let me switch to my bow. And, oh no, that was a miss. There we go. Oh, I did take a bit of a hit there. Oh, but we did kill that one. That is nice. Okay, and now, of course, when we're digging out the spindle root here, we're automatically equipping our shovel. That's what I was going to say. So depending on what resource you are harvesting, you actually automatically switch over to using the right tool, which is something the community asked for, and, well, they delivered. So Dreamlit Studios really doing an amazing job listening to the community and making adjustments to how the game works. And I would honestly not be surprised if by the time that this video comes out, they have released another update. Ah, I was harvesting a berry bush, but my inventory was full. Automatically here, the Skirtow actually ate it. And that, of course, should give us a bit more amity. Oh, elastic fin. Oh, that's nice. Dung and elastic fin. What can I get rid of? Look, I don't think I will be using this venom sac anytime soon, so let me scrap that as well. Grab the elastic fin. I do think that our farm, our crop plots are done now. So our lettuce we should be able to harvest. They're fast growing. Actually, believe it or not, in the daisy family, lettuce, they are a type of weedy daisy though. They grow very quickly. They actually prefer a little bit more shade. So growing them out in summer in the sun may not be the best idea. They actually bolt very quickly. They form flowers and seeds very quickly because they are so fast growing. In winter, they grow a little bit more slowly. Or in cooler conditions, they grow a little bit more slowly. So in our veggie garden at home, for example, we grow lettuce under the pea trellis because the peas provide some shade for them. And that then enables them to grow in a cooler environment, which is absolutely marvelous. Oh yes, yeah, we need to quickly put a few things away first. Our inventory is full. There we go. Okay, so now we've got space for lettuce. Lettuce, go get them. Sorry, not sorry. Right, so here we go. Now, with these lettuce, we could actually, if we wanted to get a more sustainable harvest, you could actually just pick the outer leaves of the lettuce here and let it carry on. But we are going to harvest the whole head one go. And we are going to immediately just plant some more seeds so we can get a bit more going. And there we go. Patihoon. So we are going to apparently feed a lot of joyous mouths due to the lettuce that I've given Patihoon here. And he is going to tell us that you can make a campfire anytime to make a nice meal, to cook a meal. And we're getting lean steaks. Wow, okay, we're getting lean steaks. So turning veggies into steaks, it seems. Now, I do believe we need to talk to Kulkan. Hello, Kulkan. Look at this poor villager, just kind of stuck. And it seems Kulkan, like the rest of the Shimu, that guy just vanished. We're kind of sick and tired of the wheat stew that Patihoon was making. Wheat stew actually sounds quite nice. And apparently Kulkan was very excited about coming to Aghasba, only to discover that there's nothing to eat here. I wouldn't say there's nothing to eat. There's enough if you know where to look. It's almost as if your wife has promised you the most extraordinary surprise for your 20th anniversary, only to present you with the world's most pathetic grain of sand. Shame. Okay, thank you, Kulkan, for that. And yes, we are growing our own crops. Yes, Kulkan. Aha! We must not let any excess food go to waste. Let's build some storage bins for the safekeeping of whatever we need. Of course, when we are in the town, we have access to the build menu up here, and we can now finally make a small storage box. So let us plop that down here, and we'll make another one, because we can. We'll plop that one down there. And I do believe we can make one more. Let's plop that one right over there. Now, if you look at the recipe of the storage box here, we of course need wood. That is going to be the box, of course. It's going to build a nice little storage box. We need fiber. That is going to be like a rope, most likely. Either that or to actually line the inside of the box. But I think it's more being used as rope to actually keep everything together. And then we need resin. And the resin there will act in two ways. It will most likely be used to actually glue the wooden planks together, because we're not using nails here. This is a nail-less box that we've built here. And the resin there will kind of glue it together. But at the same time, I think it is also on the outside as a bit of a varnish to keep it protected against the elements. Now, what we can now do is we can sort things according to how I like to sort things. Anything geological, like salt and clay and rocks, we can put in the one chest here. The first chest. The second chest, I like to go for plants. So our ally leaf over here can go in there. Our kelp can go in there. And then anything animal related can go into the third one. Like this piece of dung over there. The meat, the steaks can go in there. And then other things like this potion we can actually put in this first chest. Let's just sort this out. Flint is geological. Iron ore is geological. Coal is geological in nature. Bark and wood, and root and fiber. All of those are botanical in nature. And then, of course, the fins, the hides, the scales, the meat, the bones, the fur. Those are all zoological or animal in nature. Alrighty, now I think we should actually be making a new bow for ourselves, because, well, our bow is almost kaput. So we are going to scrap that old one. I don't know. Oh, we already have a second one ready. Okay, never mind. We now have two again. Now it is nighttime and I really want to be running around in the day, so let me just... I forgot I had a tent, so let's just make it morning, shall we? Let's just sleep a bit. It would be great if sleeping actually restored your health, but it does not. We are just going to eat some berries to get our health back up to full. Now we do need wood, but... let us first go plant some seeds, because, well, our amateur is on, well, 96, so we can't go around chopping a lot of trees down now. Of course, we can now also just harvest. I figured I heard something skittering. We can also just harvest the sticks now to give us wood. Oh, for some reason it is night again. I think I have now encountered that bug, where if you sleep until morning, day is very, very short. I'm quite sad about the fact that we now have that bug. Okay, I guess we have become a nocturnal people. That is just the way things are now. Oh, there we go, it is becoming daytime again. And last time we did struggle to actually scan these flying creatures, but they have changed it that the flying and swimming creatures move a little bit more slowly, so we could scan those sky pinchers over there. So what we're now doing is just planting a few temperate seeds here, because that also will give us a nice bit of amity. Hello, Spikeroo and Hairlopes. Oh, there's a spooder. I think that spider is dead. There was a spider, but the Spikeroo did defend itself. So it seems that, yes, the animals can actually defend themselves. Now, speaking of spiders, of Razliths, I do believe I'm hearing a withered Razlith, or a Razlith nest up here. Yes. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay. They usually spawn, I believe, 3 spiders or razliths there. So let's just quickly try. Hopefully none of them respawn while we are busy here with the nest core. Let's just get rid of this. So this looks like it is the source of the corruption, at least, that affects the razliths. Or creates the razliths. I'm not sure which one it is. And that, of course, also gives us quite a lot of amity. The clearing of that core. And I just realized, as I believe it is turning to night again, that I can't chop down trees because, well, I don't have an axe to chop down trees. So I can't get wood by chopping down trees because I don't have wood to make an axe to chop down trees. So I'm just running around collecting some sticks over here because these sticks will now, of course, give us wood. Okay, that should be enough. And both an axe and a pickaxe. And we can harvest more lettuce, you see. Very, very fast growing. Both in the game here and in real life. I don't know about you guys, but I love cos lettuce. Cos lettuce is my favorite lettuce. We have grown a bit of cos lettuce at our home as well. And I think, yeah, this kind of resembles cos lettuce over here as well, the icon at least. Although the icon and the actual lettuce we are growing here doesn't match up. And in fact, cos lettuce in our garden grew so well that we actually have a few seedlings popping up all over the place. So they're not just confined to our veggie patch. They are growing in the food forest now as well, in all kinds of places they are growing. Now, what I'm going to do before we go talk to Ajit, which is the next step, I'm going to do a bit of rehabilitation. We're looking for a slope that is barren. Like this patch over here would be good. I'm not sure. Can we actually plant seeds? Yeah, we can plant seeds here. So the problem is that this area here has got very little vegetation cover, right? And when it rains, if it rains in this game, you'll have water dropping down there, running off on the over the rocks, coming down to this area and then rushing downhill. And because there is almost no vegetation cover here, it's going to start removing the topsoil. It's going to erode it away. And if the topsoil goes, that's the part where the nutrients are. And that's not good. That's also the point where all the seeds are that are possibly going to germinate. So we don't want the topsoil lost. So we are going to try and trap some topsoil. Already a lot of dead branches here, and this will slow down the water flow, which will result in less erosion. But we are going to help it by planting a lot of seeds. And I'm going to just plant a line over here as an effort, or in an effort, to try and stem the tide, so to speak, of erosion on this slope. I'm just planting it here along the contour. Kind of. Oh, we can't plant... Oh, you can plant on the rocks. I was just thinking you can't plant on the rocks, so we would have had to go above that. But no, we could plant kind of on the rocks as well. In reality, I would actually have gone a little bit above here and slowed down the water flow before it hits the rocks. But this is alright. So that's one band done already. Okay, so water flowing down from the top will now hopefully kind of intercept the plants here. But you can see there are still gaps here. So let's just start planting in between these plants as well. So as I mentioned before, I did my MSc on rehabilitation of degraded landscapes, and well, this is exactly that. So this is the type of thing we would do in an eroded area. Now, normally you'd actually have biodegradable fabric, basically, being put, geotextile it's called, being put all along here as a little raised wall. Not a very big wall, like 10 centimeters or so. The idea being that water that runs down the slope will actually get trapped or slowed down by the fabric there. Also, it would trap any seeds and sediment being washed downhill that would then get trapped behind the or upslope of that fabric, and then the seeds will germinate there. Any leaf litter also will wash downhill, accumulate there, decompose nicely into nice nutrient-rich sediments there. Let's just... I hear a spooder, yeah. I heard you. I know there is another one. There. Oh, there's another big one. Ah, perfect. I need to kill big ones. Oh, he's getting distracted. Now's the chance. There we go. Slowly but surely, we're automatically finishing that quest as well, to kill the withered razliths. But here we go. So we've got a bunch of little plants growing along the slope here, because, well, we can't put fabric down in Towers of Aghasba, so instead, using the biological way of slowing down the water. Now, you may think that, okay, that's the roots of the bushes over here. That's what's going to keep the soil together. But I can use a hose pipe and I can rinse the water off the roots. Yes, some plants with more fibrous roots, they may actually trap a bit of sediments and hold onto it to some extent. But plants, and the reason they are so good to prevent erosion, is twofold. First of all, rain falling will actually be intercepted by the vegetation here, by the raindrops fall onto the leaves of the plants here rather than the bare soil. If it were to fall onto the bare soil, that is when it actually starts splashing the sediments apart, resulting in erosion. Splashing onto leaves first removes that kinetic energy of the raindrops, and that then reduces the likelihood of erosion. And secondly, what we are doing here is oh, I thought there's a withered Razlith, but no, it's just the music changing. And secondly, the plants here, as I've mentioned, water flowing downhill will bump into the plants here and actually be diverted, and it slows down in the process. So the more vegetation cover you have on a slope, the less likely erosion is. And that's why we have planted our seeds over there. So we're doing a very, very scientifically accurate playthrough of Towers of Aghasba. Now, of course, we have now resolved the food crisis. So let's talk to Ajit again. Ajit, we have finished. And of course, Ajit takes all the credit. These architectural prowess feeding and housing all the happy Shimu. No, you, Ajit, it was us. Sometimes I astound even myself. Yeah, so you say. And we need to go talk to Hiluna again. Hiluna, despite what Ajit may say, we have finished the job. Yes, we have completed our training with Hua. She has taught us well. And we have built our first farm indeed. And now we've got to go find Lutoro Bridge. Lutoro Bridge, I believe, is somewhere to the north. Bridge has been in disuse for so long, it may be in ruins. And of course, then it just pops in there telling us about ruins, and we've got the ruined shrine at the top there. We've got a few other houses on the island here as well that we can actually repair. And you can see here, in terms of full orders in our menu, we've got Tahi's hut, and we've got the Amani Shrine. The Amani Shrine, we need seashells still. Otherwise, we have got clay, we have got gold dust, we just need seashells, and 5 seashells. Now, seashells, of course, we'll get by the coast. So let's quickly head to the south here. I'm pretty sure if we run around here, we should be able to get some seashells. And if we just look here, just want to make sure I need to take 1 gold dust with me and 5 clay as well. And all of that we'll find in our geological chest. Ooh, I see something shiny. Let's see, An Alchemist Study of Amity. It's some sort of journal. An Alchemist Study of Amity, Week 1. Using the scientific method to unlock the power of Amity, keeping for all Shimu. Borrowing the local Amity keeper's Amity crystal, attempted to draw out its power through exalted prayer, as well as various substances like worm root and ground bushroom. No progress. Week 3. No progress as of yet. The local Amity keeper can access the crystal's power so easily, but no experiment I try will unlock the power for myself. Science will provide an answer, not giving up. Week 42. No progress. Attempted all manner of experiment. Took Amity crystal to highest mountaintop and lowest valley. Rubbed it with every substance known to alchemy. It will give up its power for no one but whom it chooses. Of course, we were chosen by the Amity crystal to actually use its power. Right, so here, this is Tahi's hut. This is not what we are trying to repair. Whoops, got sidetracked. We actually want to repair the Amani Shrine, which is up there. Should be a shoreline down here, and of course with it there should be at least some seashells. There's also a large withered Razlith. Let's just check. I don't see any small ones. Let's just take out the big one. And now we'll look for some seashells. Now seashells, of course, we'll usually find at least close to the seashore. He looks for seashells by the seashore. There is a seashell in the crack over here. That's one. I'm not sure why, but the seashell is in the plant section of the Shimu decks. So you'll find it in the coastal areas, of course, and it will provide you with a pearl, shellfish, and seashell. Yeah, potentially, at least all of those. Of course, the seashell here belongs to an animal, actually. It's not a plant. Stone, you know what, let's mine the iron boulder. There we go. Ooh, is this salt, I believe? Here we go. Salt deposits. And I think I see another seashell. There we go. Okay, so I've got that red stamina bolt indication above my head because I made a bit of a mistake. I accidentally climbed like this. Like that. And yeah, that drains your stamina tremendously. Okay, I got it. It's away now. It was a bit of a visual bug, I think. Ah, another seashell. Hello. Oh, hello. I thought there was a rock. Hello, giant eye. I would also look at it like that. Oh, man. Ooh. What's there? Don't hurt me. Oh, it's an old eye. Hello, you still there? I can't see so good right now. Oh, don't hurt me. I don't want any trouble. Wait, you're a human? By the spirits, I haven't met someone who can hear me in a long time. Years, since I started losing my sight. Since back in the before time when humans were everywhere. Hard to remember back then. Memory as cloudy as my eyesight. I remember being high above the ground once, seeing for miles. So nice. I remember much screaming and blood and a long time of darkness. Ah, I don't like these memories. Get away from me. Stop making me remember. Aw, you are kind human. One of the nice ones. I don't remember much, but I remember how nice it was to see. Can you help me? Oh, we will do our best, definitely. How can we assist, little one? My cornea's in a tremendous amount of pain. If you could collect this for me, it should stop the irritation completely. Resin. Alright, we just need resin, and then we can give it to the giant eye over here. If you're busy, I understand. Shame. A sentient eye, can you believe it? Now we are still trying to get 5 seashells. We've got 3 already. I believe there is another one here. Yes, indeed. And hopefully we'll get another one along the shore here, because that means we can actually complete the Amani Shrine. There we go. I do believe this is one coming right over here. So this looks like the shell of some kind of scallop. Definitely a bivalve, like a mussel or something along those lines. You know, mussels and clams, all those are bivalves, basically 2-shelled creatures. And the scallops also belong to that group of mollusks. I'm pretty sure it was a scallop. Now, scallops are actually surprisingly mobile. They can flap their 2 shells together to, I almost said fly, to swim quite well in the water. But these ones are not able to escape from us. I do believe we've got everything on us that we need to fill this build order. We're just going to head up to the Amani Shrine up there, and through the power of editing, we are here at the top of the hill by the Amani Shrine. And we can turn it all in. And there we go. That should rebuild the Amani Shrine. Perfect. Oh, we've got the bloom step arrow. Oh, that's lovely. And of course we get some extra stuff to build. The Amani tile, Amani arches, the torch. Oh, wow, all of those lovely things. But look at this. This is beautiful. Bit of color. A nice splash of color in the otherwise kind of drab landscape. So as we restore things, as we bring these ruins to life, color comes back. And the world becomes a little bit more beautiful. I think that is actually a good spot to also end today's episode. We will next time carry on and actually make our way to the north, where I believe, there we go, there's the bridge to the mainland. Lutoro Bridge. So next time we are going to head up there. So if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like, everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Really awesome to welcome more people to the Ecology Squad. I will also be live streaming Towers of Aghasba this Sunday between 6 and 9 South African time. So come and join me then for a nice relaxing stream as we carry on where we left off today. And then I will also be back again next Friday with another Towers of Aghasba video. And until next time, everybody, stay safe. We'll see you all soon. Bye.